Good to see you, chat. I joined and my buddy got domed immediately. It's like fucking Beirut. You don't know who will get knocked down. Da-da-da. In what world is Wednesday night a marketing Monday? In this world, bitch! Get with it! Will you watch T1 today? Not live. Not live. Unfortunately, not live, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you exactly why. Wait, where's... Oh, I have some big news. I have some actually really big news you guys are going to want to hear. Pause. Slow down. Big news. Big news alert. Woo. Everybody put your guns in the air. Fire off one shot in honor of big news. Okay? Here's the big fucking news. If you've been watching my stream, have had problems recently where when I open a new Chrome tab, my fucking PC heats up to high heaven and my Intel CPU overclocks to the moon. Maybe you've been aware. Well, it turns out the problem may be less with my PC or even with Intel and more with fucking dogshit Google Chrome. I've been using Firefox all day with zero issues. Hundreds of tabs. No problem. So I switched. I fucking switched. I switched today. Firefox is legitimately better. It was a little annoying to get everything reset up, but then once I did, I could have 40 articles open, no problem. And I've been using Chrome this whole fucking time. Chugging, slow, ram hog. That's crazy. I don't know. Over the years, I've been boiling like a frog. It's so bad. Now, theoretically, it could be because I have all these extensions in Chrome that makes each tab, I have the volume extender and I got all this shit. That's probably... So I will also try a full reset, reinstall. But for me, that was big news. I mean, it legitimately made my day better. I was able to read so much more without it fucking freaking out. I still might have to use Chrome for today's stream just because I have my notes and stuff and my bookmarks, and so we'll see if it's too slow. But I will be switching to Firefox as soon as I possibly can for everything. Can you please increase your mic volume? Wait, what? My mic is the same! We're not even playing any audio. It's the same, bro. It is the same. It is the same. I'm timing you out. In 10 minutes, come back. It's the same, dude. I can see. Do you know why? Because I can see the decibels. It measures it. It measures the decibels, and it tells me right here. And it's exactly the same. How are you feeling about the betting odds for starting in on time? I will just go back later and ban everybody. That's what I'll do. Neo Calder, I won't ban you though. Thank you for the 5 months. Arsenic, what? I'm sorry. Your username is Arsenic 1225 1225. 1225 1224 was taken. You had to have that. What? such a terrible username. It's terrible. How do you even remember it to log in? And then second of all, like what? You don't need that many numbers. You don't need that many numbers. I bet you could have got Arsenic 123 or 124. It was his birth year. His birth year was fucking thousands of years in the future. Perhaps he was born thousands of years and then teleported back in time to watch this stream because that's how important it is. I wouldn't put it past him, and I wouldn't be mad about it. I wouldn't be mad about it. Bring, bring, bring. So this goes into that. This goes into that. This goes into that. Bada bing, bada boom. Da-da ding, da-da doom. Okay, it all looks good to me. It all looks good to thee. Rat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat. And then that is that. And that is that. And that goes there. Ipso facto. I'm just checking my notes here to make sure we have enough. And we do. How are you guys doing? New Kendrick today. I listened to it. It was very good. Kendrick dropped. He sounds angry. Not just at Drake, who's not mentioned in the song, but at the whole industry. And in the second verse, even a little psychopathic. Shit about to kill somebody. Remember when he said he didn't have a hating bone in his body, bro? Dude's on a rampage, on a warpath. New Kendrick, and I missed it. It was today. It was a few hours ago. Kendrick needs to hit the galaxy gas for real. Yeah, exactly. If I have any advice for Kenny, it's to be like a more mellowed out musical icon, Kanye West. Never had a problem with his career. And just to relax and take some galaxy gas. RDC West, thank you for the 20 months. I'm sorry, is there a hurricane in New Orleans? Hurricane New Orleans. Wait, there is. My God, I didn't know. There's a hurricane in New Orleans right now. Wait, what the hell? It's bad, apparently. In like 10 states. Well, I'm seeing it worst in New Orleans, but or 35 miles northwest of New Orleans. Interesting. It was a tropical storm that strengthened into a hurricane 22 hours ago and is now hitting. Well, if you are in New Orleans, hoping and wishing for your safety and your power so that you can continue to watch this stream. They're crying about category 2. I don't know. It's bad. But this guy in chat said he's fucking in the eye of the hurricane right now. And chat never lies, so I had to believe him. I have a friend who introduced me to the concept as an adult. I should not have to suffer seeing a 13-year-old's opinion on the internet. It's a hyperbolic statement, but I'm beginning to treat it seriously. It is interesting how in modern times, the opinion of like a fucking cracked out 11-year-old with an anonymous account is delivered to you with the same real estate as someone who, an adult who thought about the problem. There's no difference. In fact, you might even get the 14-year-old's opinion more because they'll say it funnier and then it'll get more retweets. So it is an interesting problem that we have to deal with, but it's worth it. Here's a solution. Dogs can vote. Okay, wait. Hear me out. All right, you know how, like, if a dog naturally trusts someone, that's kind of a good sign? What if all of the nation's dogs get in, like, a big park, and then both presidential candidates stand at opposite sides of the park and go, here, boy, come here. And then whichever the person gets the most dogs to run to them is, like, the trusted candidate. And then we don't even have humans vote. There's no human voting. They will have steak in their back pocket. Yeah, I guess you're right. There may be ways to cheat it. Let me turn the air on. Let me turn the fucking air on. It's hot as balls in here. Da, 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 da. Popped in a fucking freezer shirt and got myself a backup polo. It's fucking hot. It's scorching. It's probably because I reopened Chrome. Anyway, how's everybody doing? Hey, Atrioc, did you hear that in Australia, they're trying to ban social media for under 14-year-olds? This Gen Z senator had something funny to say about it. Let's see.
The Sigmas of Australia, I say that this goofy-air government have been capping, not just now, but for a long time. A few of you may remember when...
Start over.
To the Sigmas...
This is going to be up there with Lincoln. This is going to be one of the... I can already tell this is such a powerful speech. This is 7 years ago. This is a fucking speech right here. Everyone sit up and pay attention. You're witnessing history. Speak truth to power. Turn my fucking camera off. Or my... There it is. Okay.
Of Australia, I say that this goofy-air government have been capping, not just now, but for a long time. A few of you may remember when they said there'll be no phantom tax under the government I lead. They're capaholics. They're also yapaholics.
So true. So true. They're capaholics and yapaholics. And they did raise the phantom tax. This is real. This is based.
They yap non-stop about how their cost of living measures are changing lives for all Australians. Just put the fries in the bag, little bro. They tell us that they're
So true. So true. Oh my God, dude. Just put the fries in the bag, lil bro.
locked in on improving the housing situation in this country. They must have brain rot from watching too much Kai Cenat
Probably.
and forgot about their plans to ban social media for kids under 14. If that becomes law, you can forgo skull emoji all about watching Duke Dennis or catching a dub with the bros on Fort. Chat, is this Prime Minister serious? Even...
Dude, what the fuck? Chat, is this Prime Minister serious? Holy power. I'm getting chills. I'm getting chills down my whole spine, dude. Finally, I swear to God, Obama needs to take notes. I thought Obama was a good speaker. Now I realize he's a fucking idiot. He can't even speak to me authentically. I cannot wait for politicians to start saying, chat, is this crazy? Chat, are you seeing this? Chat, are you seeing these tax increases? I can't wait, dude.
Even though he's the Prime Minister of Australia, sometimes it feels like he's the CEO of Ohio. I would be taking an L if I did not mention the Ops, who want to cut WA's GATS and services tax. The decision voters will be making in a few months' time will be between a mid-government, a dog water opposition, or a crossbench that will mog both of them.
is crazy. I can't watch it for too long because it's so powerful. It's so powerful that I have to constantly pause. Wow. It's so funny to imagine, someone else in this chamber watching and not understanding a single fucking word. She said, "What's dog water?" I gotta hear this part again. This is such powerful. This mid-government I'm sorry.
A dog water
the
opposition
mid-government
or
dog
a crossbench that will mock both of them. Though some of you cannot yet vote, I hope when you do, it will be in a more goated Australia for a government with more aura. Skibbity.
Roaring applause. Everyone in Australia stood up, clapped. My God. Ending on skibbity, too. That's powerful. That's a line that'll go down in fucking history. Jesus. Thank you for linking that. That either made my day or ruined my life. I haven't yet decided. But that was crazy. Australia truly in a good spot. Big A, I got a kidney stone out today and was given Fent. I get the hype now. Cool. Thanks, man. You know what? I'll change my opinion. Now I'm pro Fent. Thanks, man. You convinced me. I thought Fent would be bad for this country and the people of it, but now I know that it's based. Fent. Hey, Big A, you heard they're making small Reese's now? Reese's Pieces, they call them. Thank you, chat, for keeping me updated on the news of the day. Always good to hear from you. How would I ever know about what's going on in this crazy mixed up world of ours? Fent and Reese's. Those are the two things that'll get you through a tough week, let me tell you. Can't have one without the other, though, folks. Can't have one without the other. Did you hear that Biden dropped out of the race? Did you guys see the photo? They had a 9/11 memorial thing today, and Trump and Biden were both there. It's like a fucking beautiful, sad ending to a rom-com, dude. Look at this. They will always find each other. It's like the love that got away. It's like the sad breakup scene. Now we just need one of them to chase the other one down in an airport and apologize. And then they passionately kiss. Right person, wrong time. That's what it feels like, dude. Feels like in a different life, they'd be so happy together. But this politics thing has put them as rivals. Truly, truly tragic. Biden put on a MAGA hat today. Is that true? Biden MAGA hat. He did. Holy shit, he wants him back. Where's the photo? It's not a MAGA hat. Well, it's a Trump 2024 hat. I don't want. Oh, dude, it's Chrome again. Chrome. I was blaming Intel. I'm sorry, Intel. You're the greatest company ever. Intel, you've done nothing wrong, and even though your stock continues to tank and your CEO continues to post prayers on the timeline, I know that you mean well. I know that you mean well. Damn, this is the happiest I've seen Biden in fucking years. Wait, you gotta see this fucking photo. If Chrome would just load. Look at this photo. Okay, here it is. He's cheesing, bro. He's grinning ear to ear. That's funny. Hoot, hoot, hoot. And a holler and a holler. That's edited? No, I believe it's real. I believe it is a real photo. Based on the source of this picture. But I think he was doing a joke. It said it was, the quote is he was doing it to promote unity. Where's my thing? Where's my, oh, there it is. Okay. This is good. 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 Oh, this is what I need. Did I include it? Bloom, bloom. And on that note, Poggin also champ. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. It's all hood. It's all gravy. It's all nice. Let's lock that in. Perfect. 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 Okay. Hey, Big A, I've had a shit week. I'm glad you're here to make it worse. Thanks, bro. Thanks, bro. No problem. Always here for you. Always here for you on that front. Always down to do that. So real. That's what wins and fails is for. I think this one's pretty fun. Oh, I need that. That's what I need. I need that fucking video. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some kush up in it. I got to find. It's in my likes. Don't worry, folks. Don't worry. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Give me 1 second. Yes. Okay, there it is. Yeah. Hold on. Can you just give me a second? You got we got a timer. We got it going. I got to make sure I have this fucking video. There, I found it. I found it. Thank you. Thank you, please. I found it. Now I go to Twitter Video Downloader, and then I put the link in, and then I hit download, and then I have it, and I hit download 720, and then I pause, and then I save the video as, and I save it as chat is so sweet today. That's the name of the video. Flirt. Then I go back here, and then I make sure that that video is correctly placed in the timeline. Insert vidya. Chat is so sweet today. Pog, champ, done, dusted. Okay. How are you guys doing? What's going on in your days, times, lives, weeks, months? Big A, do you think Trump's going to drop out and Biden will replace him? Yes, I do. That is my running theory right now. My running theory is that Trump will drop out, Biden will replace him on the Republican ticket, then Harris will drop out, Trump will replace her on the Democratic ticket. So Biden and Trump just switch sides. And then Biden and Trump are both going to drop out and start a new third-party ticket last second where they team up and split the White House together. But they'll lose to the new Demo-Republican candidate, because they're going to merge together, Bernie Sanders, who can still win, and he's actually going to win based on the votes from 2016. It was the long game, the long play, ending up with Bernie Sanders as our new president. He stored up the votes. He saved them like a fucking energy beam, and then he's blasting them out for this. Is it the KFC guys? No, that's Colonel Sanders, who will be his vice president. So Bernie Sanders and Colonel Sanders will be the big two. That's good because it gives them kind of military experience. People know that Bernie is good on workers' rights, but they don't know about his military experience. That's where the Colonel comes in. Sanders and Sanders. Good to see a veteran back in the White House. Exactly. No, exactly. I think the military will vote with open arms. And no, he is long dead. I don't think that's a big deal. I don't think that's a problem. I'm new here, but why is Marketing Monday on a Wednesday? Is this because of 9/11? Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah. No, you figured it out. Yes, indeed. It is because of 9/11. I'm honoring this day and never forgetting by moving Marketing Monday. I would never move it off Monday otherwise. The thing about me is Marketing Monday on a Monday is a sacrosanct tradition. But there's one thing that supersedes it, and that's remembering 9/11. I actually have done a special 9/11 edition of Marketing Monday where we talked about all the companies that tried to use 9/11 in their marketing. It was so fucking tacky. Like that Texas mattress company where they had like 2 towers of mattresses, and then the lady goes, "Never forget," as they fall over. That shit was so cringe. Although, read an article today. This won't probably make it to wins and fails, so I'll just talk about it right now. Read an article today. This is good for me to set this up, actually, because we close this, and we make this bigger. Read an article today that Gen Z can't get enough of 9/11 memes. The darkest day in U.S. history has become fodder for internet absurdity. And so maybe a commercial like that would just do fucking gangbusters right now. Although Gen Z also cannot afford a mattress, so it would be sort of a win-lose in terms of targeting. They did have a good one in there. Wait, can I find this? Why Gen Z loves 9/11 memes. The fucking actually, the old title of the article is 9/11 is Gen Z's favorite meme. That's a sign of progress. They updated the title, but that's what it used to be called. Yeah, I guess when the baseline's so low. But anyway, they had a great one in here. Where is it? There it is. There's a Zelda one. The horses in this game are so beautiful. Please extend the timer. It's getting kind of low. All right, if you asked, I'll do it. Is the horse safe? The horse is always safe. Don't worry about that. Did you see the UK has banned katanas? They can take my katana from my cold dead fingers. Okay? I'd like to see Rishi Sunak try to take my fucking katana. All right? I've been polishing, practicing, sharpening the blade. No one can take anything from his big glizzies. Yeah, man. Thanks, man. I've been studying the ways of the samurai. Exactly. I have glorious Nippon steel folded 1,000 times. Yes, and even though Sleepy Joe Biden won't let Nippon Steel buy U.S. steel, even though it would make our steel even better, like that of the glorious katana, I make sure to buy my katanas imported. The fact that you read that out loud is making me laugh at my desk. I'm at work right now. I can't. This is a live stream. That's why the chat comes in and then I read some of them out loud. It's going to happen a lot. It's going to happen a lot. It's going to happen. It's not that crazy. I'll read a bunch of messages out loud if you can believe it. Big A, do you need an Australian to run market M&M today? It's not M and M. You Australian fuck. It's not marketing and Monday. Why would you put an and in there? Stupid fucking. Okay, calm down. Calm I was making a joke, but it feels like you're trying, like you've used this opportunity to attack. I was kind of doing a little gentle ribbing, and it feels like you were like, yes, this is my chance. Don't just let him be. Let him be. He's just from a different country than you. Your Marketing Monday timer is exactly like the Mr. Beast ad timer. Not incorrect. You did spell ad with an extra D, so I can tell you watch a lot of Mr. Beast. But you are not wrong. It's a similar amount of time. It scales up. President Xi Jinping in my chat. Can you believe it? What do you think about dropping increase on how much U.S. banks must hold? Yeah, I love it. It's definitely... I'm not going to go into it. No, I made a vow. I'm not going into it. It's good. It's all good. There's good news. Good. Thanks, Xi Jinping, for asking. It's good news. I'll go into it some other time. If I go into it, I'll get off on a rant. Low-key miss when you could say you're... I'm sorry, what? I low-key miss when you could say Chandler was your favorite and seemed chill, but now it's a political statement. Are you talking about Friends? The show? Are you saying if you... Oh. Okay, dude, I'm fucking old. Holy shit. Oh, my hip. Oh, my back. Oh, God. Oh, I'm so fucking old. You're talking about Chandler from Mr. Beast, dude. I was like, what? Who the fuck is calling you political for... I mean, I would. Because you got to... I mean, I think, obviously, of the Friends, I prefer Phoebe or Joey. They're nicer people. They're better friends. Okay? Chandler wasn't a good friend. What's funny is, although we are making fun of me for talking about Friends, I would say Friends, it is a millennial thing. Well, but my understanding is it's also an extremely Gen Z thing because they all just fucking binge watch Friends to fucking distract themselves and feel like they're in the fucking late 90s pre-phones, dude. It had like an insane Gen Z binge watch. Never seen Friends. Office by binge show. Hey, I don't know. You know this is not Tinder. You typing your bio in the wrong spot, bro. This is actually a Twitch chat where we fucking talk about current events and stuff. You know, you open the wrong window. Atrioc, what do you think about President Xi Jinping? I already told you I'm not going to answer this right now. I know you're very powerful in China, but here, okay, this is my stream, okay? So please stop trying to commandeer it. Did you see someone stole chip trade secrets for me? You're really getting into character. He's really getting into character here. Yeah, G, I saw that. I did see that there was a Chinese spy caught. I saw it. You scoundrel, you done it again. You done it again, G. Make the timer go slower. If I could, I would. If I could make this timer, I'm going to give myself one more extension, like right around 5 minutes, and then we're good. Your camera is shaking like mad today. Watch this. Watch this. I'm going to fix it right now. There. Now it won't shake because I moved the table away from the tower. Genius. Genius, genius, genius. Might still take a little bit, but the Twin Towers? No, that would be. I'm so confused. It's not really Xi Jinping, right? There's no way Atrioc would be so chill if it was. No, it is, and I am chill because I act like you've been there before. You know what I'm saying, little bro? Don't fucking. Every time you see somebody who's like a little bit fucking famous, don't go fucking losing your shit. Just stay chill. There are people too. Okay? Xi Jinping loves my stream. He learns a lot about what's going on in China. Rangerfly. I'm trying to get an intern position at the company. Oh, thank you for the 5 gifted lacking dopamine. I appreciate that. You're not going to lack dopamine when this stream gets going. Let me tell you that. Operation Cucumber Day for the 12 months. Groggy at night, thank you for the 3. I got to tell you, yesterday's election react was maybe one of the most, outside of the Pop-a-thon, the most subs I've ever gotten. So I just need the presidential candidates to debate more often. Pop-a-thon clears, though. What if I could mix it all together? What if I could have Trump and Biden and Kamala and Vance and Harris all on in different BTD cosplays, and then we all play balloons together, and we call it the election-a-thon, and we do it during the votes. Because by then, everyone's already cast their vote, so they can all just have fun together and play a little balloons. If enough people want that, I'll do it. I'll call in some favors. Stars on. Thank you for the gifted. Did you listen to Kendrick's new song? I did. I listened to it. I didn't listen to it live. It's a little long. It's 5 minutes. I recommend checking it out. It's clearly he's building to something. Perhaps even a new album, Copium, Hopium. A new album packaged with Silk Song, Copium. Before the Super Bowl. Would be awesome. Would be fantastic. We'd all love it. It is the new track is basically, from my understanding, just about him shitting on the whole music industry and saying how filled with snakes and liars it is and how he fucking hates it. And then the second verse is basically how he's going to start killing people. Like low key. He's clearly unhappy with this industry. I can ban this guy. Don't worry about that. Didn't Trump say he's not going to do a debate right after the debate? He did say he's not going to do a debate. However, the first debate went pretty well for Kamala based on the movement of betting markets and the movement of, I mean, they haven't done any official polls yet, but reactions. So it stands to reason that he may feel compelled to do another one to bounce back. I mean, the candidates only do debates now because they think they can gain something from it. They're not going to do it if they think they can lose something. So it depends. I think that both sides are going to look at polling and assess their chances going into the last 50 days of the election. And if they think they could use a boost or do better, then they'll do another debate. That's what I think will happen. Hey guys, I managed to buy a house. Where is this post? I managed to buy a house. So the real estate market is about to tank. Just a heads up if you guys can dump before the dip. Tirzu, actually, we're in a little bit of a Discord for hustling YouTubers where we're sharing thumbnail advice and shit. And he sent me a picture of his house, and it's very gorgeous. And obviously Tirzu makes much more money than me and has a much bigger channel, but I could tell instantly that he doesn't live in LA because the house was fucking nice. I can tell instantly, bro lives in a place with better real estate values. I didn't dox him. What part did I list his address? I just said he got a house. He just said it in chat. Anyway, congratulations, Tirzu. Very much congratulations. The house looks gorgeous. I showed my wife She said the same thing. She said, that can't be in LA. Not in LA. He's easy to find now. Fuck. Everyone that was hunting for Tearsy in LA now knows to check outside the city limits. Dude, if I see a nice house not in LA, I know. All right. Start marketing and Monday. Bruh, meme. There's only one rule, bro. You can't rush me. I'm unfortunately going to have to kick you. We're on a bit of a roll here. Let's give you another fucking 3 minutes. And then I start for sure. Last thing. Let me make sure all my ducks are in a row. Last thing. I just want to, we got this. It leads into this. It leads into this. It leads into this. It leads into that update. It leads into that update. Leads into that. Leads into that. Leads into that. Ends with that. And bada bing, bada boom. Ooh. And a perfect full circle. Yeah, it's good. Just fun little update. Okay, cool. That's great. Why not just make the counter 1 hour when you start, not being facetious? I don't want to. I kind of like clicking it back. Deal with that. Do you want me to make you a timer that kind of randomly switches between counting up and counting down? I think that'd be very funny. But I just want to do it in 30 minutes so I have a general idea. And then if I'm still enjoying the waffling, then I extend it. And then if I feel like I've done enough topics, then I go to the... Do you understand? It's the same thing as before. I just choose when to do it when I have a little bit of a timer to keep me... It just moves me along. It's actually a great system and it works great. What if the marketing was the Mondays we met along the way? Think about that. Think about that before you come talk to me. Atrioc, my boss complimented me to our VP for reading about marketing when really I just watched Marketing Monday. That's based. You do owe me a percentage of your paycheck, but that's still based. That's fucking based, dude. I saw somebody on the Reddit. Somebody on the Atrioc Reddit, they won a bar trivia, or they got second in a bar trivia competition. Because the final question, this was YouTube Clips Frog here. Atrioc was the reason we had a hype night. They go to a bar trivia. They were in a three-way tie, and then the final category was U.S. national debt. Because I watched Big A, I was the only one qualified to go up. They had to guess how much the U.S. spends each day to relieve the national debt. And then he fucking Slumdog Millionaire remembered some video where I fucking ranted about it. Wrote down $3.5 billion a day, got the closest, and he won this horse. How about that? How about that? A trivia horse. Certainly I didn't think people retained any of the information. Also on the Reddit, worth mentioning while we're talking, is ASML, the Dutch lithography company that makes the machines that let you make very, very, very tiny microchips. One of the most important companies on the earth. This guy works there and is going to be interviewed on this stream. He works there. He explained a lot of what they do and why it's so strategically important and why there's so much pressure to not sell to China. And I said, I'd love to interview you. And then we are going to talk. And so after Linkus's wedding, we will be interviewing him and seeing what we can learn. Ideally, we can ask him questions so piercing that the U.S. government puts him in a black site. Speaking of Linkus's marriage, right before we get to the end of this, I leave tomorrow. I have to fly to Texas tomorrow. Yeah! Obviously bringing my gun on the plane so everybody knows that I'm a true Texan. And I will be attending Linkus's wedding. Now, you guys know me. I am the master of streaming live events. So I will definitely be live streaming Linkus's whole wedding, start to finish, and making hilarious Atrioc crack-wise jokes the whole time. Okay? I will be goofing. I will be gaffing. I'll be jumping up and down. I'll be filming TikToks. The whole thing to me is just for content. So do not be alarmed. There will be content all of tomorrow and all of Friday. But if you don't see it, it's because the terrorists won. It's because the woke mind virus got to me. It's because, I don't know. But blame someone other than me if I'm not live tomorrow and Friday. We'll be back Saturday. We'll be back at home on Saturday. So hopefully a Saturday stream, maybe even a Sunday stream. That's the plan, okay? Very excited for Linkus and Maisie. It's going to be a really beautiful wedding. If we don't see it, it's because you forgot. No, if you don't see it, it's because I couldn't forget the Alamo. And I skipped stream to go visit the Alamo and fucking salute it. That would be the only reason I would not go live is because I fucking absolutely could not skip the Alamo. What the fuck is the President Biden? What the fuck is the Alamo? He only knows about the Wokamo, if you know what I mean. Put that on fucking Truth Social. Get 6 million retweets. Retruths. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, I'd like to talk to you about some fun and interesting stories from the past week. But before I do, do I have everything I need? I feel like I am missing something, but I trust myself. Last thing. This is truly the last thing. If you are working on your computer and you need a background soundtrack with no words that fucks hard, someone put Linkin Park's Meteora into the Super Mario 64 sound font, and it fucking rules. I'm going to do it all day. It's awesome. It's really good. I really enjoyed it. And I wanted to share that with you. Okay, now I need you to do one thing for me, and that's when you see yourself in the intro, say me plus Puggies. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Marketing Monday Wins and Fails, where we go over all of the wins and the fails in the last week in marketing and business. And I'm going to start out here with a win. For that drink we all, except for me, love, coffee. Today's theme is about generations, and we're going to start out by talking about coffee. This is a win for coffee lovers. Coffee lovers who are willing to fight. Because we have a certified coffee war on our hands here in America. A coffee war has been metaphorically and literally brewing. Let me take you to a town called Odessa, Texas. Wait a minute, folks. I'm getting okay. This is Odessa, Texas. Now, Odessa, Texas, back in 10 years ago, 2014, 13, had 17 coffee shops in the whole city. Okay? Now, you can pull up almost any couple square miles of Odessa and find 18 or more. There is 60 total in the town. They've tripled in just 10 years. This is the mayor of Odessa drinking Starbucks by himself. Okay? Getting a quick Starbucks. And the reason is towns like Odessa are not the exception. Basically, they are the rule. In towns and cities across America, the number of coffee shops is doubling or tripling and rapidly spiking. The coffee wars, in a sense, are heating up. Okay? And this doesn't just mean more shops and more drinks, but more competition in the variety of drinks offered. This started as a pure cash play. Again, in the post-COVID era, people wanted three things conveniently that a lot of restaurateurs are jumping on. They are, well, maybe not restaurateurs, car washes, easy money, chicken shops, easy money, and coffee shops. The three C's. And basically every piece of real estate that can be turned into a drive-through is being bought up at absurd prices to turn into one of these three things. But the winner by far has been coffee shops, okay? Which has great margins and easy to make money, especially as Starbucks, the old king, is beginning to fall. For the longest time, this era of the economy was dominated by one company, Starbucks. But Starbucks has made so many repeated errors lately that it's raised an opening for other coffee shops to spring up and try and take some of the absolute gargantuan cash they've been printing. So you'll see 7 Brew out of the Midwest. You'll see Scooters. You'll see Dutch Bros. You'll see Dunkin'. These are probably the 4 next biggest. All of them have opened hundreds of shops recently to try and capitalize on Starbucks' missteps. There's more. There's the Human Bean. There's Ziggy's. There's a million being Compass Coffee being said in chat right now. There's tons of different coffee startups starting right now. And all of this competition is, again, brewing up some big changes because they're not really competing on price. What they're trying to compete on is the contents. But first, let me say this. So Starbucks has 16,000 locations. And I want to be clear that even though all of these are popping up, Starbucks is still bigger by store count than the next 10 largest coffee and tea shops combined. Starbucks is gargantuan. Nobody is close, okay? They have way more shops. In fact, I think by this time next year, they're predicted to launch 400 more stores. They're still growing, but they have shown weakness. And that's where these companies are coming in to try and fill the gap. They don't make this, though. This is the thing. The era of coffee shops making actual cups of black coffee is non-existent. There's no money in this. There's no money in this. What they make now is this. This, my friends, is where the money is. The more sugary, high-calorie, dense, exciting, limited time the drink is, the more money there is, and the more differentiated their product can be. The way they hope to differentiate themselves from one another is through a variety of drinks and beverages, all mostly iced, that hardly look like coffee. Example would be, again, the way this article describes it is, again, warlike. It's like an arms race. All of these growing establishments are, quote, desperate to outdo one another with ever more sweetened, imaginatively flavored concoctions that only pair a passing acquaintance with what might consider coffee. Syrupy, foamy, cookie-flavored lattes. That's what we're going for. So you'll see things like energy drinks. I mean, Starbucks just launched a Melon Burst Ice energy drink. You'll see this from Scooter's Coffee. This is their big success. They made an iced maple bourbon latte to compete with like the pumpkin spice latte. And everything nowadays is like a limited time special edition drink that can play well on social media and get some sort of figurative and literal buzz. So, and in a drive-thru. That's the key thing. Have some limited time drink, make it sugary, make it high impact, and then make it in a drive-thru. And that is where the money is flowing from. We need coffee loot boxes. We might not be so far off. Wait till the end of this. Anyway, this is what's playing out. We don't know exactly where it'll lead, but if you notice more and more coffee shops popping up around you, this will be the explanation. There's a lot of money in it. As for why Americans are getting ever more addicted to coffee and why they're going to coffee shops more often, I have a possible explanation. Money. And not because they make more money, but because it turns out that love is more expensive. This is a fail for Gen Z daters. Apparently, a study comes out that dating for Gen Z is so expensive, they're just not doing it. And when you break down the math on it, here's a quote. A lot of times I'm spending money just to get to know somebody out from behind a screen. This is somebody interviewed. When you do the math on it, again, an average 12 dates into a relationship can cost up to $650. But the cheapest part of getting to know somebody is coffee and drinks for the first date. $15. So perhaps the reason we're all going to coffee more often is everyone is trying to date in the cheapest way possible. And if that is the case, if dating is getting too expensive and pricing everybody out and everyone can either go coffee first dates or no date at all, it would explain another trend that is hitting Gen Z and millennials. But first, let me take you back to the 80s. Here's a clip from the 80s. Oh, wait, sorry.
Yes.
Hi, do you have a table for dinner?
Certainly, sir. How many in your party?
I'm alone.
Alone? Follow me, sir. This way, sir.
Anyway, it continues, but you get the general idea. In 1984, the joke of this movie is that it would be so unthinkable to go out to a dinner alone. To ask for a table for one, it's embarrassing. Now, brave patriots in 2024 have no problem doing just that. Again, another study came out that shows that people are dining alone more than ever before. As more diners eat alone, restaurants are adjusting their strategies. People are dining alone. They don't want to go out for expensive dates. They want more time to themselves. They want to relax, perhaps at a delicious Chili's. And 68% of those are Gen Z and millennials who do this more often than anyone. And again, this is part of a larger trend in culture. In this era, it would be unthinkable. But nowadays, perhaps some of you watching this video right now love to eat alone with your laptop or your phone and just watch YouTube. Solo dining is the mirror of larger social behaviors. 30% of Americans now live alone. People marry later. And again, only 37% of Americans who are 25 to 49, my audience, are married with kids. This used to be 67% in 1970. That's a massive fall. Times have changed. Okay? By the way, this is probably not particularly my audience, but you get the general idea. It may not be such a bad thing. Solo dining used to be looked down upon, but now people are saying you can disconnect from the world for 40 minutes and enjoy your food. And you know what? That's not so crazy. I do it myself, okay? It's not, maybe it's actually, this is, the way to frame this could be, oh my God, Gen Z millennials so lonely. Maybe it's not. Maybe that could be a problem separately, but eating alone occasionally now and then is actually kind of a fun mental reset. I think it's pretty cool. And restaurants are responding. So normally, restaurants would have this bar area for anyone who may show up and wanted to eat alone. However, pause. My microphone fell. Fuck, I'm gonna have to eat alone all my life now. No one will want to hang out with me because my microphone fell off during Marketing Monday. Oh, I'm gonna have to ask for a table for one at the bar, and then the guy next to me is gonna fucking scoot away to the different seat, and I'm gonna say, hey, you come here often? And they're gonna be like, shut up. It's gonna be disaster. Keep all of this in the video too. Editor, please. Every frame of this should be in the video. It's actually broken. Wait, is it actually broken? That's gonna be so annoying. That's gonna be so annoying. Dude, it's actually broken. Wait, it won't catch. Duct tape? You think the second half of the video I just randomly have a huge wad of duct tape in my microphone that's going to be fine? I'm not going to hold the mic like a TikToker. Come on! Dude, it's broken. It's busted. Wait. Hold up. You're not going to be able to hear me. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Yeah, I fixed it. Oh, test. Test. We back? We back? Yeah! I fixed it! Wow, masculine. Honestly. I feel like I could fix a car now. Holy moly. All right, 1 second. Let me reset. Take two, folks. Everyone reset scene. Extras in the back. Get to your positions. Guys, talk like chatters. Say Glizzy. Back to the ones. Okay. Glizzy. All right. Where was I? Get rid of this. Okay. And continue. Restaurants normally would have this bar section set up for people that wanted to come in and dine alone. However, dining at the bar is not really dining alone. And as more and more customers come in and ask to be seated alone, they don't want to sit here and talk to the bartender. They want to talk to themselves. They just want to watch things on their phone or be alone. So restaurants are responding. And they are making more and more solo tables for one or two that are in like a cubby or a corner where you can literally be alone. Where you can literally come in and be by yourself tucked away. The market is responding because more people want this. This is a post-COVID desire. They're building a higher percentage of smaller booths. Additionally, they're training their waiters differently. So previously, restaurants would say if you were dining alone, the waiter should spend more time giving you special attention. But it turns out people eating alone want to be left alone. So now they're training them to be like completely isolating to them. We're turning into Japan. They don't want to be talked to. So yeah, again, this is a market update that's happening in the world of restaurants right now. However, I do want to say something. I used a stock photo of this waiter bothering this guy. Look at the photo. This guy's the asshole. This guy's fine, dude. This guy's clearly being a little too fucking rude. YTA, little bro. Anyway, interesting change. Speaking of generations, something really shook me to my core recently. And it wasn't just the fact that Mark Zuckerberg sold out an arena to talk to a podcast host while wearing a shirt that he designed. Also, the fact that Mark Zuckerberg might be the world's richest man in a few days because Meta keeps rising and Elon and Jeff Bezos are flat. That shook me, but that's not the main thing. The main thing that shook me is that millennial parents, the oldest millennial parents, now have kids going to college. Oh my God, I have a foot in the grave. There are now millennials with kids going to college. That's an aware moment. And these millennials are apparently, more than ever, struggling to let go. They are struggling to give their children the autonomy they might need or want or desire as they head off to college. They are being helicopter parents on steroids when it comes to these first generation of millennial kids going to college. And thankfully, I have a major win for that, okay? Because if your parents are going to spend that much time monitoring your behavior on apps like Life 360, well, then at least we can make money off them, folks. Because Life 360 is getting so much traffic, they are opening an ads business. They are now putting ads in and on the app for parents that are constantly staring at it to track their kids, including the ability to call your son or daughter an Uber when they arrive at a location. You can see where they are, track them, and then call an Uber for them right through the app. How about that? A huge win. A little bit devious, if brilliant, from Life 360. Speaking of devious and brilliant, I had to give an honest win to a new company called COSM. COSM? CASM? I don't know how to pronounce it. But what I do know is they've invented something that's actually really fucking cool. Check this out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a bar. This is a bar with gigantic, high refresh rate flat screens that are linked to cameras directly on the field. So you have a front row IMAX style seat to sports games that you can sit comfortably at and get food delivered to you. This is a sort of a game changer in the world of live sports events, and people that have tried it already have reported it being better than the live experience, at least for the type of seats you can get at the same price. And the quality of food and service way better than a stadium, and then you're getting a view like this. Obviously, I expect all of you to rent this out for Marketing Monday. This would be the best way to watch this stream. But it does seem sick for things like, again, UFC, tennis, college football, etc. And until now, they've been mostly known for doing live shows around astronomy and under the sea and more like boring science stuff. But since their recent pivot into sports, they've been having phenomenal growth and success. So interesting tactic from COSM. And if you start seeing these pop up, again, I might go check one out myself for the upcoming first game of the NBA. I might go check it out and see how it is. Could be interesting. Can I invest? I checked. You can't. It's a private company. I was with you. I was like, man, I might throw a couple bucks at it. Seems like a good idea. No, private company. Can we rent it out for Melee? I don't know if you can rent them out. But anyway, it's pretty cool. You know what else is pretty cool? This guy. Do you know why? Well, it's not because of his nationality. He's Irish. Gross. He worked at Irish Twitter. And when I Googled Irish Twitter, what I got was a lot of tweets where Irish people apparently give each other nicknames that last forever. Like this. Wearing a suit on the way to a job interview. I was stopped and asked what charges I was up on. Also, I played football with a lad who was called Moses by all of his friends because he wore sandals once when he was 9. Another was called Barney for years after he wore a purple jumper. A family down the road have been known as the Yanks for 40 years because they went to Florida once for a week in the 80s. Anyway, that's Irish Twitter. This guy worked there. And it turns out when Elon Musk took over Twitter, remember the kitchen sink? He came in, he fired a lot of people, and then he sent out this email. And he said, hey, going forward, we're going to build Twitter 2.0. And it's going to be extremely hardcore. This will mean working long hours at high intensity. Only exceptional performance will even be a passing grade. If you're sure you want to be a part of it, click yes. If not, we'll consider it your resignation and give you 3 months of severance. Well, this guy said, that's not how it works. It's like, I'm not resigning and I don't agree. And then he went to the Irish Board of Labor and they agreed with him. And he got paid $600,000 for being unfairly terminated. For basically being forced into resignation. They didn't even fire him. They just said he resigned. And he didn't quit. So there are some lessons from that. But anyway, good for him. The main takeaway that I'd like to give you, since this situation probably won't happen to you, but one thing that was unique was, Elon Musk sued him. It was a big lawsuit. And during the lawsuit, the lawyers for Twitter argued that because they found a message in his Slack private DMs where he said, I've made the decision not to press the yes button and wanted to drop a goodbye here, that he actually was resigning. It was a choice. So it turns out, if you don't know this, it's worth knowing that even your private messages on Slack are all available to your bosses, no matter what company you work for. If you are writing in Slack, they have access to every single message you have, and you need to be aware of that. If you're talking shit about coworkers or bosses, it is all 100% visible to HR, to your bosses. Needs to be known. This is very well apparent in this court case. So just be careful. Just be careful. Luckily, it worked out for this guy. Another company where it's maybe not working out, perhaps earning the most fails in Marketing Monday history, GameStop. Now, we love GameStop here. I've never made fun of them in the past. They just released their earnings, and there was some interesting things to dig into. Now, we all know and love the great CEO of GameStop, Ryan Cohen. This guy, what a sweetheart. Ryan Cohen, during the earnings, revealed some interesting news. Number one, the company was finally profitable. Where the profits came from? Well, it turns out they have $4 billion in cash made from selling stock to apes that they put into treasury bills to earn interest. And they earned a little bit of interest on that, and they called it profit. The actual games business continues to crater. Down almost 30% in revenue from the actual stores. So the market didn't like it. At the same time as this terrible news was announced, they also said, by the way, here's a bonus. We're printing 20 million more shares and dumping them on the public, which dilutes every current shareholder. They've done this many times, but they're doing it again. And this time, finally, for at least some of the people that are so deep in the GameStop sauce, this finally may have been the last straw. The reaction was terrible on even the most GameStop-aligned subreddits. I don't know why he's deluding us, and at this point, I'm too afraid to ask. I've done enough for this company, and they've done jack shit for me. That'll be enough of that, and he broke his GameStop Pro thing. This guy, fired up.
What do you know? GME is doing another share offering. More delusion because the stock price is starting to run again. It's constant with AMC and GME. More share offerings, more fucking retail over because we...
Again, this guy's theories he's going to go into, I don't believe are correct. However, you can hear that he's on the verge of tears. Bro is heated. He has been lied to and robbed by the fucking leadership of GME and AMC for years now. And it sucks. And though I make fun of these fucking companies, I don't make fun of people like this because they're being sold a false fucking promise that they can get financial independence if they just believe.
Own all the shares that shorts need. And guess what? Our CEOs, they got to help shorts out because they own the banks. They own every fucking thing. Ken Griffin is a cocksucker, and he always gets his way. More delusion, more delusion. Let's keep fucking retail over. Retail's stupid enough to keep buying up the shares. Guess what? Another couple of months, there's going to be another share offering because guess what? Well, it bought up all the goddamn shares. It's never going to fucking end. It's never got to fucking squeeze. Ken Griffin's going to keep manipulating the damn stocks. The retail's going to keep getting fucked in the ass with the 2x4.
A little blue in his language, but not too far off. Okay, this is what I've been talking about. Regular people are getting fucked by this. It is not going to the moon. It is not going to $1 million a share. And people are kind of starting to wake up. And this guy I feel bad for because you look at him, he lost $63,000 on GameStop alone. No wonder he's pissed. That's money that matters to him, I assume. People describe it on the GME subreddit as an abusive relationship. This feels like an abusive relationship. where I'm like, he said this was the last time and he's really sorry. Meanwhile, my dumbass just sits around taking more punishment every day when I could just leave and live a better life. But I can't because of that tiny chance he turns out to be the one. It's sunk cost. It's gambler's fallacy. And the market and the people that are normally lined up to buy into these terrible offerings did not show up this time. Okay? The stock tanked 12% in a day and is still dropping. I'm not saying Roaring Kitty can't come out of nowhere and pump this thing one more last gasp time, but we need to start being real here. This company is not making any money off the games business. It is dead. The only thing they make money off is selling stock to apes. They have literally turned the entire company into a company that does nothing but sell stock to apes. That's the only way they make any profit. It just needs to be said. And I'm glad people are finally waking up. I mean, there's some people that were literally like, I sold at a loss. I don't care. I'm finally out. And hopefully we can have them punished for this. Anyway, speaking of the stock market, I want to talk about something as we get to this green section. I color code all my sections. This one's green. You guys know NVIDIA. We've been talking about NVIDIA for a while, and there's not much more to say. NVIDIA is such an insane story in the stock market. But as of today, September 11th, they just had the fourth largest gain that a stock has ever had in a single day. And that is not really news, because what I want to say is the larger story of the fact that they have had the first, second, third, fourth, and 10th highest days of all time. They've also had the worst day of all time, the third worst day of all time. They've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the worst days of all time. When I talk about these swings in NVIDIA, I think there's a tendency for some of you to think, oh, it's the stock market. It goes up and down. It's normal. I want to tell you that it is unheard of to have a stock be this swingy. The market cannot decide what NVIDIA is valued. It is swinging hundreds of billions of dollars in a day, more than any other company ever. It has the record for most and least, and they're both like a few months apart. It's the most volatile I've ever seen a large cap stock. It's worth trillions, and it is swinging around like it's a penny stock. So it's crazy. One thing that is true is that through all of this volatility, one man has been selling 120,000 shares a day. And that's the CEO, Jensen Huang. And I mean every day. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, 13th. So just worth noting. And again, these are big swings. If NVIDIA, by the way, which gained $216 billion of value today, that is more than the value of McDonald's, the entire company. Think of all of the thousands of McDonald's around the world. NVIDIA is worth one McDonald's more today than it was yesterday. The market cannot figure out what this company is worth. It is swinging around that much. And that is worth being interested in, at least thinking about. There's a lot of like, speaking of McDonald's, I'd like to give a win to McDonald's for finally crossing the event horizon and turning advertising into somehow a good thing for the consumer, I guess. They somehow found a way to team up with another scummy company and make everyone happy about it. Announcing the new Genshin Impact McDonald's team up cross-brand. Yes, indeed. McDonald's and Genshin have teamed up. And again, McDonald's just rebranded their whole social media presence. They're all in on Genshin. It turns out, if you go to McDonald's and buy in the app something like McDonald's apple pie or a deluxe combo meal, you can get exclusive items in the game. How awesome is that? They even used UR so you know they're legit. Your quest begins 9/17, traveler. They're just like us. The weebs have truly won. And it's a win-win situation because Genshin Impact gets exposed to a broader McDonald's audience, and McDonald's gets Genshin Impact people to come in and buy infinite amounts of fucking food. So it's a fucking win. They even made custom art. It's so sweet. The only reason I really included this is because I wanted to brag about America. This is an American deal, okay? So all of the diehard Genshin Impact fans in Chan, this is only for America. And if you're Canadian, well, guess what? They'll tell you right on social media. You can get fucked. You can get fucked, okay? We're not doing it. You'll never get the glorious apple pie item, the golden apple pastry in Genshin Impact. What do you do about that? Okay? Speaking of Canada, though, I do have an actual Canadian story. And it's not about their real estate market or stock market. No, I don't care about those things. I love my Canadian brethren to the north. I want to talk about something different happening in Canada. This is a win to Canadian scammers who are getting more and more innovative, possibly due to the fact that they're having a economic crisis. This is a taxi, okay? Or so you'd think. It turns out this is a item that you can buy on Amazon. A magnetic, waterproof, yellow taxi cab rooftop illuminated sign. It's an item you can buy. And it turns out, in Canada, if you just take your regular car, buy one of these, put it on top, people will get in. People will get into your fake taxi. And then when you ask them to pay using debit card and you take their debit card, put it into a scanner that scans the information on the card, give them back a fake blank, and then record their PIN when they put it in, then you could just drive to an ATM when you're done and withdraw all of the money in their account. And they've been doing it all over Toronto 919 times to steal $1.7 million. And guess what? I mean, this started in Canada, but this could spread anywhere. Be careful. If you see one of these signs, don't get in. That shit fake, bro. That is not the cash cab. They will be taking your money. What's extra funny, though, I thought was really great about this is happening so much in Toronto that the local government there made a plea to Amazon. They begged Amazon and said, please stop selling these taxi roof signs. They're only used for fraud. And Amazon said no. Said, nah, we won't. We simply won't. We want to make the freaking 14 cents we can make in profit on this. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. Anyway, if you are part of the people in Canada or Gen Z or America or anywhere else in this presentation that I've talked about that are feeling a little disillusioned with this economy, perhaps you would like to take a look at this. A new report on what the happiest jobs are. Boom. These are the highest job satisfaction based on across all companies' Glassdoor ratings. Real estate agent, number 1. Carpenter, number 2. Perhaps all this chasing to be, I don't know, something high tech was wrong when you can be more like Jesus and become a carpenter. Highest rated jobs. Streamer's down at the bottom. Hardest job there is. Designer, software developer, fitness instructor, firefighter, secretary, computer support, logistics manager, and physician. These are the top 10 highest rated jobs. Real estate agent, though, may be a bit of a red herring. See, all of these job reviews came over the last few years during a time where it was a kind of a boom era to be a real estate agent, where you could charge 3 to 6% of a house and do really basic stuff. Those times are changing. And I do want to mention that the last gasp of them is still here. An article came out that said Americans who locked in a job, a home, and stocks are thriving. Everyone else missed out on their ticket to wealth. And while some of us have a job and some of us have some stocks, getting a home is the hardest part. And I have found a solution for you. I've found a solution for you. You could become a real estate agent. Sure, be happy, maybe move a house. Or you could go to LA, where I live, and I have found a house right up your alley. This miracle home that was crushed by a tree is on the market for only $500,000. How about that, folks? A steal. A cool $500,000 nothing. And you have a big tree right in your living room. Nature fitting right in. So go buy that dip. This is the perfect time to buy in this market. Get on the property wheel and start moving up the asset ladder. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this week's Marketing Monday. Tune in every week for more interesting and fun stories from the world of business called Wins and Fails. Thanks, Scott. All right, I have a bunch more stories, but I will do them separately for clips. Hope you enjoyed a little walkthrough on some interesting stuff. I thought it was more, funny. A couple things at the end, but hope you enjoyed. One thing I did cut was the Gen Z loves 9/11 memes. I also cut some stuff about, this was something I've mentioned, but Dollar General put out a, where is this? Is it going to show up? No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not going to show up. What the fuck? Well, whatever. I told the story. We got it. We already got it. We talked about it. I'm sure Adish will include it in a clip and you'll be able to have it. Have you seen the pricing for the PS5? I did. It was one thing I want to talk about too. So if you guys don't know, the PS5 Pro is being priced at what? $799? Was it $699 or $799? $699? Yeah, that's fucking crazy. $699 no disc drive, and that's just for the PS5 Pro. Clearly, it is a testing of the waters for next gen, where they're trying to go up big. No more disc drives, bigger cost. I don't know, man. It'll be interesting to see how well this sells. No disc drive, no vertical stand. Yeah, exactly. Shocker. No games. Well, they have. Astrobot's good, from my understanding. Shit's happening. Probably not enough games to like PS2 era, but does feel like a gaming PC victory lap. But it's crazy how many people will buy inexpensive things that are never complete. What do you mean never complete? I just think it's crazy that they, like Sony. I feel like Sony is doing a lot to botch their lead. If you guys don't know, let me give you a status in the gaming industry. Xbox is actually doing pretty damn bad. Xbox is not selling what they thought they would sell, and they're not getting the Game Pass subscriptions they thought they would get. And so all of the money they spent to buy those big studios like Bethesda and Activision Blizzard, they're getting nervous about, and they're more likely going to make those games multi-platform than they were going to before, because they haven't sold enough physical consoles or Game Pass subscriptions to make it worthwhile. They're not going to get their money back, and they need to make some of the money back they spent. So it's good for gamers because there's more likely to be multi-platform. However, because Xbox is falling behind, I feel like Sony is like losing whatever tiny bit of push they had to be a normal company. Sony is losing whatever fucking fire they had to try and compete. They are literally doing some of the dumbest decisions recently, and this PS5 Pro feels very anti-consumer, anti-gamer. So I don't know how it's going to play out, but I will say, like, going into this announcement, PS5 has been outselling Xbox like, I don't know, 2 or 3 to 1 as of late. Like, PS5 has really pulled ahead. And so, yeah, maybe Nintendo, new Nintendo or something? 5 to 1? Is it 5 to 1? Wow. I'll have to verify, but it is quite high. I know that. And so it's just interesting for both companies. Microsoft is in a bad spot because they've spent so much goddamn money and didn't get a lead. That's crazy. Crazy how much money they threw at it and it didn't sell more fucking consoles. And then Sony, who's like, I feel like gamers just like the way the PS5 looks or something. I don't know what it is because they're almost functionally indistinguishable, especially like 2 years ago. But PS5 just started selling more and they never stopped. It's also the way that console friend dynamics work, where it's like once your friends have the same console, you buy the same console because everything just works better together. It snowballs. So once PS5 gets a little bit ahead, it starts snowballing, and now it's out of control. It's interesting to see how Xbox responds. They are definitely looking at they were hoping to be way closer and have more Game Pass sales, because Xbox is trying to fight for a post-console future. Like, as far as Xbox is concerned, they don't even want to make another console. They want to go all cloud. That's their goal. They want to be all cloud, and they want to have the store for cloud to be like the Steam of cloud. That's what they want. That's how they see their big money. They don't care about console wars. But the fact they lost this one so badly is fucking up their plans. Sorry, I have the timer. Yeah. Thanks. So it's interesting. It's very interesting. At the same time, the entire gaming industry is getting shaken up by the fact that AAA games are flopping left and right, and indie games are outperforming. So, like, all the people that thought they had more power than they did are getting awoken to the fact that they're getting outcompeted by some fucking Roblox furry in his bedroom. It's just interesting. Time for quadruple A games. Quintuple A games. That's what they need. Ubisoft tried a quadruple A and it flopped, but a quintuple. And then people have mentioned it, but Black Myth Wukong, the was up Beijing of it all is that China is stepping onto the world stage in terms of AAA full-fledged games. China has a massive amount of game developers and a huge fucking homegrown audience. Black Myth Wukong sold GTA type numbers in China. And they're only going to make more. I mean, it's a growth industry there. So it's going to be interesting. There's competition all over. And companies like Ubisoft are getting absolutely torched. So while Microsoft will be fine, Sony will be fine, even fucking EA will be fine, Ubisoft is like caught in the middle of a changing industry and getting fucking destroyed. Ubisoft stock hits a fucking fresh low like every day. Star Wars Outlaws, despite being, I would say a mid to maybe even above mid game, like a 7 out of 10. Not the worst thing Ubisoft's put out. A fun idea. Something's kind of shitty. I like the gambling. It has sold poorly. Despite the fact that they got Ludwig to make a fucking 40-minute ad for it, it sold poorly. It sold poorly. And so Star Wars Outlaws is a game they spent a lot of money on. Star Wars license ain't cheap. And I saw activist investors who own shares in Ubisoft basically saying all of the management and CEO should be fired. After they reported Outlaws sales numbers, people are now getting mad. Everyone that owns stock in this company are getting fucking mad because they're just seeing their value drift and drift and drift, and they're like, it's complete shit show. Like so Ubisoft is either due to be bought out, bankruptcy, or go private. They might go private just to stop the shareholders from revolting. I mean, something's going to happen. Although, don't cheer on it too much. This is the investor. He wants to dethrone Ubisoft's founders so Ubisoft can lay more devs off. He wants to fire the founders so he can also fire the devs. Not exactly. Again, don't think of the investor as a hero. More as someone who just really wants to make fucking money off his investment, and they keep making games that don't sell. Anyway, it's interesting. What I'll tell you is that it's interesting. The gaming industry is in a real fucking pivotal shakeup moment where like new players are rising to the top, and a lot of people that thought they were secure and safe are getting fucking the ground ripped underneath them. AAA games, give me a big A game. Good idea. Good fucking idea. It's fucked. Haven't found a job in the game industry in over a year. Yeah, I've heard it's. I have friends who are devs. It's fucking tough. It's fucking tough, dude. Lots of layoffs. Just make every game a gacha game. Now you're thinking like an investor. Just get assimilated into Valve, bro. Yeah, just work at Valve. Wait, I'm sorry. You're a game developer and you don't have money? Just work at Valve, where everyone gets paid millions to make no games. Easy. It's simple. I don't know why I even thought of it. It's almost like loot box games are killing the industry. Well, I want to be clear. The industry is not dying. It's there's an extreme shakeup moment. The demand for games is anything higher than ever. People are playing more games than before. People are spending more time on games. It's just that the way things have been done isn't working. And AAA studios that all hired a bunch and spent a bunch of money to make these big live service games they thought they were going to make money on forever, a lot of them are flopping. Concord's a big example, but a lot of games are just doing smaller versions of Concord that are failing. Or less floppy, but not big enough. Live service is only being won by very few games. Roblox, Fortnite, Valorant, and some of the Riot Squad. Like, there's only a few games that are really surviving, and every other game can't make it work. Even games that were huge hits that still made a lot of money, like Helldivers 2 and Pow World, couldn't keep up live service. Live service is fucking hard and takes lightning in a bottle. Companies like Sony, they thought it would be easy, that they could throw money at it. It's not working. Entering into the live service market is a gotcha in itself. Imagine the CEO of Sony just putting another $100 million into the spin. Please, 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 please give me a 5-star live service game. Please, 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 please. Gray again. Gray again. The new big market is sweepstakes mobile games, which is basically a way around real money slot machine gambling. Is that like Monopoly? I do know that the Monopoly mobile game made $2 billion in the first year. Like, whatever it is, just sucks money out of people's pockets instantly. I don't know exactly how the mechanics work, but it's like the most profitable mobile game ever. My manager uses 4 phones to play Monopoly Go at work. I would not be able to work for... That's so sad. Bro. How does that... And that guy tells you to work weekends or something? That guy tells you to stay extra? Well, he's gambling on 4 phones on company time? Bro, that's miserable. It's actually going to cause legislation change because of all the old people that play it. Yeah, I mean, if enough old people get scammed, they'll finally stop it. So I guess that's the silver lining. If Zoomers get scammed, they won't care. But if old people get scammed, I mean, not even get scammed, just get hooked on it. It's a legal scam. It's not illegal, but they might find a way to regulate it. Can you imagine if they knew all of these monetization tricks for Bejeweled back in like the early 2000s? My parents would be broke. My mom played Bejeweled like it was fucking fentanyl in the veins. I would be living on the street, dude. Basically, in sweeps games, you play sweeps slot machines free, and then you can purchase packages with sweeps coins, and you can use those sweeps coins to play slots for real money. So it's just putting money in a slot machine with one extra step. It's so funny how you can do that in America, and they're like, well, it's legal. It's legal now. We never said a dog couldn't play basketball. We never said you couldn't use the Chuck E. Cheese tokens that you bought with money to gamble. Yeah, it's how Japan does Pachinko too, exactly. Same way. It's just a way around the gambling laws. Very interesting. What other? Did I have any other feel good stories? I'm kind of saving up the batches of. I don't know if it's the right way to do it, but I've been saving up the more economy focused stories, so I'm not awareing people. Let's see. What? I'll just use fucking. The problem with Firefox is I don't have a dark mode yet. Will this convince you to play Astrobot? Oh, dude. If you think I need convincing to play Astrobot, you're fucking crazy. I'm going to play it. Not only am I going to play it, I'm going to fucking play it to completion. Cope. No, I'm very excited to play it. I actually talked to Squeaks. I talked to Squeaks on Discord, and I said, hey, low key, don't lie to me. No jokes, no memes, which is hard with Squeaks. I said, tell me your honest review of Astrobot. And he said, it's fucking incredible. It's up there with some of the best Mario games. So that's a fucking stunning review. That's an all in, don't skip. So I will be playing it. You know what? I don't have a spot to include this. So actually, I probably should save this. This would make a great video about the real estate. I found a real estate commercial from 2006. Like right at the peak of the housing bubble. That is so funny. I'm saving. I'll save it. Oh, this one. This is what I want to share with chat. Please give me 1 second. You guys know how LeBron James always lies? We've made that clear. LeBron James always lies. He always caps. Finally, somebody called him out on it. On his own show.
I think Coach McVay been looking at my playbook on Madden. Because I play the Don coverage and I put him on the inside. Yeah. I put him on a blitz, but then I hit the switch where I could just put on just a QB spy, and I just roam him all over the field.
So you been saw this, Bron?
I've been saw this.
You know what they say on Twitter right now?
I put him on the QB spy.
Now, Bron, you know what they saying on Twitter right now? They say you be capping.
We just talked about this the other day. Listen, I always speak the truth, baby.
Hey, you don't worry about that, man. You the king, man.
I think Coach McVay been looking at my playbook on Madden.
I love that. That was cracking me up. Barber chair? It's called the barber shop. What else did I want to share with you guys? I thought it was fun. Oh, we got a video I want to watch. Oh, it's a job fair. Oh, dude, we have so much Australian shit. We watched the Australian woman earlier do the Gen Z speech. Apparently, this is an actual post from the Liberal Party in Australia. They posted this on TikTok.
I'm Steve. I still have to build up this job, so I just had to be a part of it because I hate dying. Because anchor life has been tough. Electricity has become so expensive that the village has become
This is real.
No one has enough emeralds to do anything because of inflation. Something has to change.
Authorised I Hurst Liberal Party Canberra.
What kind of brain? Why are we seeing so much brain rot shit from Australian politics? I mean, we have plenty of brain rot, but it's not focused on Gen Alpha. Then I saw apparently this is a real thing in Australia that's actually cool. And that is that they have soy sauce fish. Well, we have stupid soy sauce pouches. Apparently this is the best part of Australia, is if you want to put soy sauce on something, they have cute little fish. We don't have these. No, we have pouches that you have to tear. So, big win, I guess, for Australia. It all evens out in the wash, huh? Nah, I save all these. Stuff about rich people. Oh, dude. Some dude on Wall Street Bets saw that the bronze medals at the Olympics looked whack. He said they looked bad. And so he figured that would crush the copper market since bronze is 88% copper. So he shorted, he's 19 years old. He shorted copper with all of his money. And now lost all of his money and owes $56,000 more to his brokerage. That's fucking crazy. That's not even, that is so much dumber than all in on GameStop. That is literally like, I saw, because his thesis is literally like, people are all going to see the bronze medals, think they're so bad, they'll stop buying copper. To be in debt for your entire adult life now? That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't even know how to respond to that. Why do you short copper when they're made of bronze? Bronze is 88% copper. That was his smart thesis. Keep up, bro. Keep up. I love these stories. I get so much satisfaction from... Bro, you delight too much in others' misery. You're Schadenfreude? Well, how do Germans say it? Have you heard the news with Shannon Sharp? No, what's the news? Oh, I just realized! Firefox doesn't have the fucking... Dude, wait a minute. What if the entire time Chrome was lagging because of Auto's extension to pull the message up? What if it was fucking Auto's fault? Let's not rule it out. Let's not rule it out, is all I'm saying. Let's not rule it out, folks. Anyway, I thought we'd watch something. We could watch Shark Tank. We could watch... There's no more crypto Shark Tank. We could watch... Is there anything interesting we can learn from? I thought I had some videos I wanted to watch with chat, but... oh, wait. I did have a video I want to watch with chat. I wanted to watch the Dunkey review of Star Wars Outlaws to get his thoughts. I thought that would be funny to watch together. I wanted to watch... this video. Apparently, from More Perfect Union, they put 7 Uber drivers in a room and they had them all open their app at the same time. And apparently what they found is that what they're paid is algorithmically determined to try and extract the maximum possible value. It's not the same amount. I think it's extremely interesting and extremely relevant as we enter into a world where more and more things are controlled through algorithms. I would love to watch this, but let's do something fun first, and then we'll end with that. Let's watch Dunkey, okay? A little Dunkster. On our gaming shit.
Star Wars
Dunkey
Outlaws is a game where it is against the law to have fun.
It's an opportunity to make millions.
When I started playing, I was supposed to click the right analog stick in to pick up items, which actually paused the game for me instead, so I switched to the alternate control scheme where X is pick up items and B is crouch, except B did nothing and X was crouch and pick up items and right analog stick was still pause, so I switched to mouse and keyboard. Let's steal from this guy. Get him, buddy.
Nice lift, Nix.
What? You just stole a wallet from the Force. What happened? Fool me once. Shame on you.
Nix, go.
How is he doing
hope he
that?
does the
Ever since
gambling.
he sold
The
the
gambling
rights for
was fun.
C-3PO to Jafar, George has been spreading this franchise very thin with 5 movies, 12 television series, and 48 Star Wars video games. George, 48? Come on now, George, 48? George, Bubby, 8 Star.
Bro, a lot of these are good though. Low key. Like a lot of these are good. These 2 are good. That one's good. That one's good. That one's good. Force Unleashed people like. X-Wing TIE Fighter, a little old school, but it's good. Rogue Squadron's good. Rebel Strike's good. Rogue Leader's good. Bounty Hunter's fun. Battlefront's fun. Galactic Battlegrounds, I like that game too. There's a lot of good ones here, bro. Pod Racer, yeah. Clone Wars, yup. I feel like Star Wars has actually had pretty good games over the course of its. Maybe recently they're bad, but like I don't know, they're all pretty good.
Star Wars video games. George, 48? Come on now, George, 48?
Lego Star Wars.
George, Bubby, baby, 48? Wait, I forgot about this. George, 49? I don't know, you guys. This is looking more quad-A to me. Oh, wait, this part, that's AAA. Now that's triple. Come on, C2D2, we gotta get out of here. We gotta.
Don't think.
Now that's AAA. This is where we're gonna meet Darth for dinner.
Okay.
Oh,
How do I get out of here?
that's an enemy. I haven't seen AI like this since Matrix game on PS2. What the
Are you CeeLo?
She looks nothing like CeeLo, you jackass. As a big-time fan of Star George and Ubisoft and everything these great companies do, I really am surprised with how many corners they cut with this game. Ubisoft usually isn't like that ever. This game was made by one dog living in a cave, and look at how nice that looks when you grab an enemy. Star Wars Outlaws is made by Ubisoft Naboo, where they shoot Star Wars by a team of 3 million people, and look at this grab. George, what is that grab? Come on now, George. Aren't you supposed to be like the king of computer animation? What is that grab? Look at that. God, that's no good. What is that?
Name's Donka.
Donkachino. It might seem dumb to focus on the grabbing of a game, but that's what you play this kind of game for. You don't play for the creativity or the gameplay or the mechanics or the level design. You play for the graphics, and they are pretty janky in spots.
Why do I get the feeling you didn't really know?
The worlds look good, but it's like, so I played a little more of this game offline, and it's like the worlds are really beautiful. I actually don't think they're that janky. I think they're beautiful, but they're so lifeless. They look full of life, but in practicality are so lifeless. There's no actual engaging. Which is like if you look at KOTOR, one of the greatest Star Wars games ever, the graphics are ugly as shit. The worlds look ugly, and they're not that big. They're pretty small. But because every character has a story and they feel very alive. I wish this game was more like KOTOR, man.
You can jump across this if you're skilled.
But Sabac's great.
Did I
Sabac's
die
great.
or did I died. I've been stuck here for so long. What? The dog just...
Sorry, somebody said, buddy, you want engagement? Get married. This is Ubisoft. Is that the CEO? I'm sorry I pissed you off. I'm sorry, bro. I am married, actually.
Straight through the force field. Qui-Gon Jinn couldn't go through that shit. He's more powerful than Darth Maul. If this game is your introduction to Star Wars, you will probably think these movies are mostly about picking locks. There's a decent amount in there with R2-D2, but not as much as you would think from playing this game. Wait, I'm coming to kill you. So this is where all the money for this game went. The couch graphics.
JD Vance.
Aaron Tall, Babu Frick, Jarblanco. Every generation has their favorite character, and now this is the time of Boss Nock, son of Boss Nass from Gungar. At one point, I even beat Boss Nock in a game of Sabacc, if you can believe that.
Rumor is you beat Bosnock at Sabacc.
That true?
Yeah, I did. The saddest part of this game to me
shit,
is
I
how
have
many
to play
times
more.
it
I have
says,
to play
no,
more
you
if I can
can't
play
do
boss
that.
Mac and
You
Sabacc.
can't play the way you want to play. You got to play the game like we tell you to play, or we're turning it off. It's got to be one of the least open world games I've played lately. It's more of like an open zone game, like Sonic Frontiers, in my opinion.
They're shooting at us!
Don't worry, kid. We're gonna lose them in the asteroid. All that way. That's out of the quest area. Never mind.
All right, see that Imperial?
Return to quest area. Ugh, in 2024. That's so shit. That's, yeah, the insta-fail stealth missions we played live. And that I recognize as terrible immediately. Insta-fail stealth missions should be shot behind a shed and never brought back. It's so unfun. The fun thing as a fucking gamer is, oh, they see me, what do I do? Now I have to run and panic and hide and try to stay alive or whatever. Just to insta-fail is so boring.
Comms relay?
That's out of the quest area too. I don't expect the fanciest products from Ubisoft, and my expectations for Ubisoft have definitely lowered over the years. Outlaws is better than Skull and Bones. It's more fun than the Avatar game they made, but honestly, I had more fun with that new Assassin's Creed.
Straight to the point. Good job, Dunkey. I agree. That seems pretty on the money. He's got one more. That was a short video, so we could watch it. It's about PS5 Pro versus PS5 Amateur. 3 minutes. Let's see. This came out.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the PlayStation 5 Pro, the first professionally made console for gamers that know the difference between right and wrong. The graphics on this beast are beast-like. Look at how incredible that looks. Now let's get some footage from the base PS5. Oh, God. Oh, God. It looks terrible. Oh, God. Get it off the screen. Get it off this. Put it on the PS5 Pro. Now this is what I'm talking about. Look at that. Look at how crisp. Look at how incredible that looks.
Yes.
Oh, I can never go back. I can never, ever go back to the base PS5. Now, let's go back to the base PS5. Oh, my God. Oh, is it on? Oh, it's terrible.
Blech.
It's terrible.
Blech.
Oh, that burns my eyes. Oh, that's sickening. Oh, that is truly sickening. Yuck. Yucky. Put on...
Yeah, I will say, I noticed the difference on this one, though. I didn't notice the difference in the first one, so the joke was like easier to laugh along with. But I noticed a little bit of a difference on this one, so I'm like, as a snob, oh, it's a PS3 game. Okay.
The PS5 Pro.
Okay, I was like, yeah. Okay, that makes sense to me.
Oh, I feel like $10 million bill right now. I feel like a money type of guy. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm a.
It's a PS1 game.
You know
It's a
what I'm
fucking.
saying?
It's an Atari game.
I feel. Ooh, this. Now put on the old PlayStation 5. Oh my God. Nasty. That's just terrible. How did people ever look at this? I'm just getting a headache looking at this. They're so horrendous. The image quality is absolutely terrible. This is a console with no power. Put on the PlayStation 5 Pro.
Beautiful.
Again, I'm joined by kings. This is just an absolutely unparalleled image. Can we bring up the PS5 again? Oh, that is rough. That is rough. That is... Ooh. Oh, now I know they call them naughty dogs. That is rough.
Yeah, it's naughty.
That is rough. Oh, PlayStation 5.
This one has a charm, though,
That
you know?
is just a joke of a console. This is an absolute joke. Let's bring on the
visual
PS5
charm.
Pro now. Look at how just immaculate and perfect and just an aura of cleanness to the picture, if you will. Now put us back on the old PlayStation 5. What a joke. Yeah. This is a console less powerful than the Nintendo Switch at this point. This is truly an embarrassment and just a disgrace to gaming in general, and this is just an absolutely terrible console. PlayStation 5 Pro, on the other hand, boom. I feel good. I knew PS5. Oh, it hurts. Get it off. Get it off the screen. PS5 Pro. I knew that I would. PS5. Oh no. PS5 Pro. Only $7,000 before scalpers.
Genius. Fucking genius. The entire video, one joke. Well, it's 3 minutes, so it counts. Good stuff, Dunkster. Anyway, we watched those. We got a little humor in us. But now I want to watch. We put 7 Uber drivers in a room. What we found will shock you.
Why does Uber win? Well, because it's rigged in their favor, right?
In 2023, a law professor published a paper with shocking implications. Her research found that tech firms like Uber and Lyft were using secret algorithms to dictate what drivers earn, based on factors we can't even see. She called it algorithmic wage discrimination. And this technology, or revolution, isn't restricted to rideshare companies.
Once that technology is in there, they can raise prices. On a hot summer day, I want a lot of ice cream, I want lemonade. They're running low, they can raise the price.
The price of milk, even your paycheck.
So I read a lot about this. We did a coverage on Walmart installing the algorithmic price digital screens. I listened to a podcast about it. I read about it. But it was all about how they could, Wendy's had the possible surge pricing. The idea of changing prices for consumers. I did not know about it, of changing the wages you pay based on algorithmic dynamics. That's crazy to me and seems illegal and probably is illegal. So I'm interested, on that side of it. I'm aware of the consumer side where they're changing prices rapidly to adapt to demand and where they can get the most value. But
the very fabric of our economy, all controlled by invisible and unaccountable algorithms. So about a year ago, I started reaching out to the companies. They largely denied it.
Oh, shit.
They have broken every single local, state, federal law when it comes to labor, when it comes to transportation.
That's Sergio Avedian. He sent me the email. He's an experienced driver and a senior contributor at the Rideshare Guy, an influential resource for gig economy work.
Rideshare Guy.
We were used to something called a rate card. We were used to getting paid by time and distance.
Then, overnight, the transparency vanished, replaced by a secret algorithm that takes into account potentially hundreds of different variables. They called it upfront pricing. Uber's losses turned to profits around that same time. Coincidence? I don't know. Lyft followed suit, and now they claim they're on the path to profitability.
The algorithms are set up in a way to charge the rider as much as it's possible and to pay the driver as little as possible.
I definitely know that when I was using Uber Eats more, I was getting charged more. For sure. They knew I was clicking through the first time, every time, and they were just it was definitely more. 100%. And so that part I get. I wasn't aware that they were deducting the amount they give the employee. That's interesting.
A lot of drivers feel Uber and Lyft are paying different wages for the same rides. But we don't really know because the companies, they aren't talking.
We're doing a very simple thing. We're picking up people point A to dropping off point B. I shouldn't make less money than the next guy. I should not. But because it's not regulated, because we don't have rate cards, because we don't know what we're going to make, trip to trip, it's demoralizing, it's upsetting.
So with Sergio's help, we decided to test it.
So the weirder thing, I don't know, is to know what they're using to discriminate against. Because what if it's like, if they know the type of driver who's more desperate or less likely to complain, and they know based on your age, sex, income, whatever race, if the type of car, credit score, they know enough about you that you're too desperate to even complain, and then they start shaving dollars and cents off your fare. That's crazy. That's so illegal.
He's getting paid $1 more if he goes there, according to the map, and nobody else is. Nobody else is seeing that dollar surge.
We found that Uber offered the same rides 46 times to multiple drivers. 63% of the time, one of the drivers was offered a bit less money for the exact same ride.
They want to make few pennies difference, and few pennies on 2.7 billion trips a quarter, which is from the last earnings report, is millions, hundreds of millions of dollars.
Lyft was even worse. The price gap wasn't just a little off, it was a lot off. We saw differences of up to $3 to $4 after bonuses. And drivers don't know why one person gets a bonus and another doesn't.
Well, that adds up like on 30 trips to $10 a day. That's $300 a month. Why should I get paid less, $300 a month, than the other guy?
I contacted Uber and Lyft to see how they would calculate fares. Lyft, well, they never responded. Uber directed me to a blog post. When I explained the experiment's results, they replied by copying and pasting a portion of that same blog post. The section outlines different reasons drivers could see different fares. But we controlled for everything that we could. We called the drivers to the same space, placed their phones inches apart, had drivers monitoring incoming promotions, and constantly refreshing their screen. The only thing we didn't account for was any secret test Uber could have been running at the time, which we couldn't because the fare algorithm is secret and the test is secret.
It doesn't.
There's a whole lot of questions here, like mainly, is this legal? And there's no laws against algorithmic wage discrimination. That article I mentioned at the start suggests that opaque algorithms can easily
This is like the same thing as the dog can't play basketball thing we were talking about earlier. Like this thing is as gambling, but with tokens. It's like there's laws against wage discrimination, but when you put it through an algorithm, suddenly it's a whole different thing. It's stupid. It's the same thing as fucking slot machines, on your phone.
Facilitate violations of anti-discrimination laws. Uber denies this, but their own research reveals
it should be dollar per mile. Yeah, it should be dollar. It should be distance based, distance and time.
Glaring disparity. Women drivers earn 7% less than men, potentially due to algorithmic wage setting. But there's an argument that the entire business model is illegal.
From our perspective, Uber's and Lyft's business model is based on control without responsibility.
That's David Seligman. He's the executive director of Towards Justice, a legal nonprofit that defends workers from corporate overreach. In 2022, the organization helped lead a lawsuit on behalf of 3 rideshare drivers.
The lawsuit says, if you are not an employer.
Yeah, I mean, again, my understanding is that ever since the boom years, where it was all investor money subsidizing it and you could make good money on the bonuses, nowadays, if you factor in the cost of car maintenance, it's like below minimum wage. Like it's not, maybe in some areas if you have a certain good route or the airport or you're doing that regularly, but like day to day just taking, it always was. That's not my understanding. I've talked to a lot of Uber drivers actually. And apparently in the 2014 to 2016 era, there was so much money in bonuses because they were trying to get everybody to sign up that you could actually make really great money. And this might be true around 2020 as well. But outside of that,
they're working 70 to 80 hours just to put food on the table, which is really, really rough.
If you look at who's on the board of both of these companies, it tells you that we have nobody on our side, right? When the general counsel of Uber is Tony West and he's the brother-in-law of Kamala Harris, then it tells you that these companies are tight with government. Why does Uber win? Well, because it's rigged in their favor, right?
They spend a ton of money too.
There's a reality where drivers could be actual independent contractors, set their own rates on these platforms, and compete for your business. But that's not our world. Yet. Instead, the companies are spending hundreds of millions of dollars rewriting state labor law to reinforce the idea that drivers aren't employees, while using the fine print to handle private challenges.
That's been absolutely essential to Uber's and Lyft's business model. So while they've tried to race to...
I mean, there's like a lot of debates on, I don't know, whether them like making a marketplace where they could set their own prices. I don't know how that would work. But I do know one thing. Like one thing that I think everybody could agree from is if 2 people in the same class of Uber X or whatever, drive the same person the same distance, they should get paid the same amount. Like, it is clearly flagging some of them as either being more desperate or just less likely to complain and trying to pay them less. Like, that's crazy. That there's no way that's not illegal in the spirit of the law.
To write laws to their benefit. They've also tried to protect themselves from public litigation through the fine print of their contracts and through arbitration clauses.
That's where David's case, on behalf of the 3 drivers, ended. A superior court sent it to private arbitration. The end result isn't public.
We should also be clear about is just because you're exempt from laws governing, for example, unemployment insurance premiums, that doesn't mean you're exempt from antitrust laws and competition laws.
Federal and state enforcers aren't subject to forced arbitration agreements. They can investigate and bring enforcement actions against these rideshare companies. It's likely also a violation of state competition law, especially in states like California that prohibit vertical price fixing. So the California Attorney General's office will also be in a prime position to investigate the issue and bring an enforcement action like that already.
But this issue of algorithmic pricing stretches beyond rideshare.
The only thing is, though, is like, I agree that these workers are being exploited and that Uber and Lyft are utilizing their algorithmic power to maximize profits for themselves at the expense of every other stakeholder. However, if changing that means my burrito is even slightly delayed, then I will not support it. And I want that to be very clear, okay? If I can't get a Chipotle burrito delivered to my door at an exorbitant price to myself, and I want to make sure that none of the money that I spend on that goes to the driver. I want to spend a lot of extra money on the burrito. I don't want any of it to go to the driver, and I want it to arrive quickly. As long as that doesn't change, then I'll support labor law overhaul. Private taxi my burrito. If I can't have a private taxi for my burrito, then this is not America.
We're just at the beginning stages of what I feel is like a battle between the common folk and then that managerial class and upwards.
There's credible reporting that Walmart, Amazon, and McDonald's are all experimenting with the technology. Those companies employ over 3 million people. In July, the FTC announced it was investigating surveillance pricing. That's the practice of companies using complex algorithms and untold data points to offer personalized pricing. The fear is that prices for something like children's Tylenol will suddenly skyrocket across major online stores just because you typed infant fever into Google. Why? Because retailers know you're desperate. The FTC is investigating Walmart, crazy. Amazon, and the leading technology vendors. We need to do the same thing.
Yeah, this is dystopian. I really, because they have so much data on you. They really do. I mean, I've seen it from the other side. There's so much data, and they can know almost what, not even like, they know what you're going to do next just based on the fact that hundreds of other people with your same data have done the same thing. And so if they can know when they've got you up against a barrel on anything, on any situation where you're desperate or need something fast, and they can charge you more at that time, it's just going to fucking suck. You're going to get bled dry at every situation.
But for wages. The power of these giants lies in their ability to keep everyone, consumers, drivers, regulators, blindfolded. They're backed by billions of dollars worth of sophisticated algorithms and legal gymnastics.
Wasn't there some controversy with Target and pregnancy ads? Yeah, Target knew there was a family with the eldest daughter. She was, 16, 17, maybe 18? She was pregnant. Target knew she was pregnant before the family did. Because of, I don't know, based on what she'd been searching or something, they bought her data, and then they sent advertisements to their house saying like, hey, congrats on the new baby. You're going to want to buy this crib or whatever. And then the dad opens it and is like, wait, what the fuck? And that's how the parents found out their daughter was pregnant.
Leaving us to fight in the dark. Maybe there's an innocent explanation to our fair experiment, but we won't know until the federal government shines a light. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. If you have ideas...
Good video. An important subject. Really important subject. I think that's going to be more and more important going forward. There's so much money to be made by individualizing pricing, and it's so bad for us as consumers en masse. Because it's never about taking it down for you. It's always about finding times when you're desperate or need it fast and they can charge you more. Let's see. Is there anything else I wanted to check out? Oh, didn't Fern have a new video about Wikipedia? I've been on a Fern kick, dude. He's been pretty good. Could watch Fern. Baseball doesn't exist, Japan.
Baseball in Japan.
We already watched this one, bro. You can go watch my react to it on the internet right now. Let's watch How Wikipedia Got So Rich by Fern.
Just when you're trying to figure out the release date for the final season of Stranger Things, one of these banners pops up at the top of Wikipedia. Please don't scroll past this 1-minute read. It's a little awkward to ask, but this Thursday we need your help. It was...
I remember I tweeted out a picture or a GIF of me scrolling to the no on the donate and clicking it after I got banned for looking at fucking an elephant dick on Wikipedia during a Wikipedia race. I got banned for 3 days, so I tweeted out me not donating.
Will soon be too late to help us in our fundraiser. Wikipedia is not for sale. We humbly ask you to defend Wikipedia's independence. 98% of our readers don't donate. They simply look the other way. If you donate just $3, you would help keep Wikipedia thriving for years. That's right, the price of a cup of coffee is all we need.
Coffee?
Please donate now. It really matters. These banners exist in all kinds of languages. Wikipedia is asking for money all over the planet. Some of these wordings sound almost desperate, like Wikipedia is on the brink of collapse, like one of the most amazing parts of the internet is about to shut down and urgently needs your cash injection to stay alive. But is that really true? What if Wikipedia was actually pretty rich? Wikipedia was founded on January 15, 2001 by entrepreneur Jimmy Wales and philosopher Larry Sanger. The original idea was to create an online encyclopedia with entries written by experts. But the founders launched and tested an early version of the platform where anyone could add or edit articles. That concept turned out to be a massive hit. Today, Wikipedia is one of the most visited websites in the world. In summer of 2024, it racked up about 6.7 billion visits per month.
Sheesh.
The platform has more than 61 million articles, with over 6.8 million pages in English
That's
alone.
really cool.
Since its inception,
Wikipedia existing is badass. Yeah, it's awesome. It's just a fucking great way to find knowledge. It's cool.
Wikipedia has never done ads. The platform has mostly been funded by donations. But these donations
And
do
it's
not go
free.
to
Yeah,
the
it's
millions
amazing.
of wiki editors who tirelessly write and
awesome.
edit the countless articles. They all do it for free. The money goes to the Wikimedia Foundation, or WMF for short. That's the non-profit behind Wikipedia. In the beginning, the foundation mainly focused on keeping the site running and paying a few employees. Occasionally, some wiki editors were also given financial support for specific projects. Then, in 2005, the foundation launched its first ever fundraising campaign. That was also the first time donation banners were used on the site.
I'm not going to be mad at this unless I find out there's like a Wikipedia fucking yacht or a private jet, or they're having fucking wiki parties with cocaine. All right? I don't mind them taking donos, but...
The initial goal was to raise $75,000. It was surpassed by almost $20,000. Just a few months later, the next fundraising goal was set at $200,000, and it was quickly met. The campaigns became more frequent over the years. In 2010, Jimmy Wales was featured on many of the donation banners. His personal appeal was meant to encourage more people to give. His face was suddenly everywhere on the platform.
Bro, I bet if you A/B tested this, I'm sure they did. Taking his face out does way better. This dude's face does not make me want to donate. I don't know if you guys can see. Can I fucking... This just does not...
As a result, Wales became a meme. Either way, Wikipedia started growing so fast that Wikimedia genuinely needed more money every year. In 2013, the then deputy director of the foundation estimated their budget needs to be around $10 million per year. He said that would cover the operating costs for the website and allow them to keep pushing Wikimedia's mission through other projects and initiatives.
What projects?
And over the last 10 years, Wikipedia has still been frequently asking for money around the globe. Some of these banners sound...
What do you mean audio level screwed up? Testing, testing, testing. I think it's fine. Video pretty loud.
Like Wikipedia and its independence were in danger.
How about DAW?
Like the site could go offline at any moment. But is that true? Holzkern is the sponsor of today's video and would definitely deserve its own Wikipedia page. The bio section would probably say that the Vienna-based designers are known for designing accessories that are sleek, stylish, and sustainable. They started out creating unique watches made from natural elements like wood and stone, like this one or that one. But that was just...
Alright, check him out. Holzkern watches. I think I like how he integrates his ads.
He actively supports reforestation projects. Check out Holzkern and use the code FERNHK for an exclusive 10% off on all Holzkern products.
Check it
Let's
out.
look at India for a second. 2/3 of the country's population live in poverty, surviving on less than $2 a day. Yet in 2020, Wikimedia's donation campaigns were asking for 150 Indian rupees. That's almost $1.80. The 2020 campaign urged people to defend Wikipedia's independence. Users were asked to help keep Wikipedia online and growing. The banners made it sound like Wikipedia really depended on these donations. During the pandemic, a regular donor in the US was contacted by the Wikimedia Foundation via email. They asked him to consider including the foundation in his will. The mail even included a direct link to a service that lets you draft a will in just 20 minutes.
Bitte scrollen Sie nicht weg. Viele Leute geben nichts und schauen einfach weg und wir brauchen Geld von Ihnen.
This is Andreas Kolbe. He has been a volunteer editor at Wikipedia for over 15 years and is the former chief editor of The Signpost, an online newspaper within the Wikipedia movement. It
reminds me of back in 2014 in like the Silicon Valley, boom days, zero interest rates, everyone fucking there was a competitor to Uber Eats called Sprig that was only in San Francisco, and they basically only did burritos and cookies. And I used Sprig so often, I used it like 3 fucking times a day, I used it all the time, that eventually they sent me an email saying, "Brandon, you are truly a Sprig hero." Our employees and our company are in your debt. And they were trying to like gas me up into fucking they didn't ask me to put him in the will, but and then I think a month after that or 2 months after that they went out of business. So RIP. They were in their last desperate moment.
Has been criticizing the Wikimedia Foundation's fundraising campaigns for years, especially wording suggesting that
Wikipedia an akuten Geldmangel leidet und jetzt dringend Spenden eingefahren werden müssen, damit die Webseite weiterhin bestehen kann.
That may have been true 20 years ago, but it is far from accurate today. The Wikimedia Foundation is not struggling at all. In fact, it's doing better than ever.
Sheesh.
Since its founding, the revenue has constantly been growing. During the fiscal year of 22-23, the foundation raised roughly $165 million from over 13 million donations.
Damn.
The money comes from all over the world, but mostly from North America and Europe. At the end of that same period, Wikimedia had net assets worth almost $255 million, primarily in...
To be fair, I don't know. I mean, I'll say what this money is used for. Maybe it'll show it, but this isn't like a huge concern for me. Maybe the way they're written is a little misleading, but it's people donating, and they do get value from the service. And the fact that it exists as a free, ad-free, global, reliable news source on everything that someone who's dead broke could use to learn about almost anything, it's like fucking awesome. Like, I don't know. It doesn't bother me so much. I don't think they're that. Of all the things to be worried about, this is like low on my list.
Cash.
I do think the way they're written is a little bit.
And investments like corporate bonds and treasury securities. On top of that, there's another $120 million in the so-called Wikimedia Endowment Fund, which is meant to ensure the access to free knowledge for future generations. But right now, those are just more investments like stock funds aimed at generating profits.
Die sagen quasi, it's awkward to ask. Und es ist überhaupt nicht peinlich. Wenn ich so viele Millionen in der Bank habe, dann ist es nicht peinlich, es ist unverschämt.
Only a fraction of the donations are actually used to keep the site running. The foundation already has enough money to maintain the servers for well over 100 years.
Sheesh! Oh, that's a good point. I would be worried that if enough money can be made from it, it'll start attracting... eventually private equity is going to buy Wikipedia, turn it into a steady return. There's a risk if there's enough money, it attracts the wrong people. So,
if you invest some time to scroll through the website of the Wikimedia Foundation, you'll quickly see how well they're doing and where exactly the money goes. But the site currently only gets around 400,000 visits per month, compared to the 7 billion monthly visits on Wikipedia. Whoever reads those dramatic banners and decides to throw in a couple of bucks will most likely do so without digging deeper into the organization and getting the full picture. The contributions meant to help quote-unquote defend Wikipedia's independence mostly go to the 700 staff and contractors. In 2023, the foundation spent over $100 million on salaries and benefits. $3.1 million went to the hosting of Wikipedia and its sister projects. Many of these employees do not work in IT. Their job is not to keep the website running smoothly. They work in marketing, administration, and finance. To keep those donation campaigns running strong, the foundation employs a bunch of fundraising experts who specialize in exactly that. The foundation holds events and conferences all over the world. Money is spent on lobbying efforts. In 2023 alone, they also handed out $24 million in awards and grants. Some of the money went to other organizations that are not part of Wikimedia but share similar goals.
Durch das ganze Geld, was aber reingekommen ist, haben sich natürlich die Vorstellungen, was eigentlich die Mission der Wikimedia Foundation sein sollte, ganz rabiat verändert. Die Wikimedia Foundation möchte jetzt viel mehr sein als einfach nur das was sich damals vorgestellt hat.
Today, the WMF has little in common with the neatly defined project from the early 2000s.
Okay.
It now runs additional projects like the Media Archive Wikimedia Commons, Wikibooks, and even a species directory. There are also regional chapters like Wikimedia Mexico that focus on expanding articles in Spanish covering area-specific content.
Doesn't seem bad.
In 2021, the foundation launched a for-profit company called Wikimedia Enterprise. The goal is to give big tech companies easier access to Wikipedia content, whether it's through info boxes like these or through voice assistants like Alexa and Siri. Wikimedia Enterprise is set to become a major new revenue stream for the foundation. We reached out to the Wikimedia Foundation for comment when first reporting on the subject in 2022. We asked them why some of their campaigns have been so desperate in tone. That was a main area of criticism at the time. The foundation didn't really give us a clear answer on that one. However, they did emphasize that the WMF's reserve would only cover 16 months of operating costs for Wikipedia and its sister projects. We've already broken down what those operating expenses look like earlier in this video. The foundation also stressed that not everyone can afford to donate and that that's okay. Regarding the campaigns in India, they said many Indians use the encyclopedia and they just wanted to create opportunities for those who are willing and able to give. The current fundraising banners used in India also show that Wikipedia has lowered their suggested donation from 150 to 25 Indian rupees. The WMF added that they're constantly working to improve their fundraising effort and that they are in close touch with volunteers and community members. Obviously, it's totally fine to financially support Wikipedia. It's one of the best things on the internet.
Yeah.
But it's not like the platform is going offline tomorrow if you do not donate today. It'll
Yeah, I mean, it feels like the whole point is that their language is a little too extreme, and that's fine. I mean, yeah, I think it's a good point. They should tone it down. But it's not such a big scandal here. I think this is fine. I mean, Wikipedia's
will
one of
most
the few
likely
bright
still be
spots on the
around
internet, I
in
think.
10 or 20 years. Money-wise, the foundation is pretty well set for the future. And that's not a bad thing at all. Wikimedia is a donation-funded foundation competing with services of major tech companies like Meta, Apple, and Amazon. And while hundreds of millions of dollars in assets may sound like a lot, it's peanuts compared to Google and the rest.
Yeah.
Neither is it a bad thing to want to expand and start new projects. We ourselves are regularly drawing on Wikimedia Commons for our videos.
Yeah.
But why not be upfront about it? Why push so hard for donations, especially in developing countries like India? Why?
All right. I mean, I get it, but it's just not that big a deal, you know? But it's fine. I mean, I like the visualizations. Maybe it really bothers him. I mean, it's not super cool. They do frame him a certain way. I'm sure people have donated feeling they're making a bigger impact than they are. I'm sure they're not very upfront about the fact that they have, you know, a large reserve built up and stock managers, but it's a good service and it's free. So, anyway, any Hootie and the Blowfish boys, I have to go. It's 10:40. I am going to pack. I fly to Texas tomorrow to see Linkus. No Kendrick. I talked about it. I talked about Kendrick. Go watch it. We could raid Nandre. I'll probably watch T1 while I'm packing, but I'll be off. I'm gonna go give love to Linkus and Maisie on their beautiful wedding day. I'm gonna give a huge, passionate, unasked for speech right in the middle of their vows. So get ready for that, and I will definitely be streaming it. So chat, you can tune in. Thanks for watching Wins and Fails today, and I'll be back Saturday. I'll be back from Texas, and I'll have stories and things to tell. It'll be fun. Should be great. Thanks for watching. I had a good week of streaming this week. A lot of fun stuff. Thanks for enjoying it. And Sevens, appreciate you guys. See you on Saturday. Bye-bye. Much love. Let's raid Nandre. Give him some love. Bye. Don't miss us too much, Big A. I'll try not to. Bye.